The next morning, Gaurav set up cameras all over his house. He spoke directly into his microphone, his voice a low, urgent whisper. This spirit, it's intelligent. It doesn't just haunt, it follows, it learns, and I think it wants me. He knew this was his last chance to capture definitive proof, to understand the entity that had invaded his life. He had to face it, no matter the cost. As night fell, a chilling silence settled over the house. Gaurav sat alone in the vast living room, the only light coming from a single flickering candle on the table before him. He kept his eyes locked on the digital clock. Time seemed to crawl. 3:07 a.m., 3:08 a.m. Then, exactly at 3:09 a.m., the flame on the candle suddenly went out, as if snuffed by an invisible hand. There was no draft, no wind, just a sudden plunge into darkness. Gaurav's heart hammered against his ribs. He felt a cold spot form in the air right behind him, a presence so dense it felt like a physical weight. His camera, set to night vision, picked up movement in the corner of the room. He didn't dare turn around, but on his monitor, he saw it, a tall, bending silhouette, its shape all wrong, its limbs moving in a way that defied human anatomy. It was a contorted, nightmarish figure, swaying slowly in the darkness. Gaurav's breath caught in his throat, each inhale a sharp, painful gasp. He finally found his voice. A trembling question whispered into the oppressive dark. Why? Why me? The reply came instantly, but it wasn't from one direction. It was everywhere at once. The voice was a chorus of whispers, a cacophony of echoes that seemed to come from inside his own head and from every corner of the room simultaneously. Because you looked at me. The words were a death sentence. In that single, terrifying moment, Gaurav understood. It wasn't about the house. It was about him. He had seen it, and by seeing it, he had been marked. The shadow on the monitor lunged forward with impossible speed. Gaurav screamed and fell backward out of his chair, scrambling away on the floor. He felt a crushing pressure on his chest, an unseen force pinning him down. Icy, invisible hands wrapped around his throat, squeezing the air from his lungs. He clawed at his neck, but there was nothing there. His vision started to blur, black spots dancing in front of his eyes. With his last ounce of strength, he gasped into his microphone, a final, desperate warning. If someone sees this, don't enter 309. The video feed dissolved into a screen of shrieking static. When the police finally broke down the door days later, the house was eerily silent and completely empty. All of Gaurav's cameras were smashed, their memory cards wiped clean. The antique mirror, the one that started it all, was gone without a trace. There was no sign of a struggle, no sign of Gaurav. But on the living room wall, written in long, jagged black strokes, were two chilling words: investigation complete. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next dive into the unknown. Stay safe out there.